In the annals of crime history, few stories are as chillingly captivating as that of Rodney Alcala, a man who cunningly concealed his depravity behind a facade of charm and charisma. Unbeknownst to many, this serial killer's heinous acts reached their zenith of audacity when he appeared as a contestant on the popular television show The Dating Game in 1978, and won. Rodney Alcala's journey into infamy began long before his televised game show appearance. A professional photographer by trade, he roamed the streets with a camera in hand, his lens capturing not moments of beauty, but rather the darkness lurking within his twisted psyche. Little did his subjects know that they were unwitting participants in a macabre tableau, destined to become victims of his insatiable lust for power and control. By the time authorities apprehended Alcala in 2010, the extent of his atrocities had stunned the nation. The grim tally of his crimes included the rape and likely murder of over 100 women and children, spanning nearly 3 decades. The revelation of his true nature sent shockwaves through communities across the country, leaving behind a trail of devastation and shattered lives. Yet, amidst the horror and revulsion surrounding Alcala's crimes, one macabre detail stood out as particularly surreal: his appearance on The Dating Game. When he stepped onto the set as Bachelor #1, his facade of normalcy remained intact, concealing the darkness that lurked beneath the surface. To the unsuspecting eyes of the show's host, Jim Lange, and the hopeful Bachelorette, Alcala appeared as just another charming contestant, a successful photographer with a winning smile. However, behind that smile lay a chilling truth. Alcala had already embarked on a spree of violence, leaving a trail of death and destruction in his wake. The producers and staff of The Dating Game, unaware of his sinister past, unwittingly provided him with a platform to further his twisted agenda.
Here's the star of our show and your host, Jim Lange.
Hey! Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And welcome to The Dating Game. And we'll get right underway. It's time to meet our first 3 eligible bachelors for game #1. And here they are. Good luck, gentlemen. Well, let's see. Bachelor #1 is a successful photographer who got his start when his father found him in the dark room at the age of 13, fully developed. Between takes, he might find him skydiving or motorcycling. Please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome. And it's time to meet our young lady for game #1, and here she is. Here is a young lady with a wealth of experience. She once earned a living massaging feet, but she quit when her boss suggested that she work her way up. Then she taught school in Phoenix, Arizona, and now she's here to educate our 3 bachelors in the art of amour. Welcome, if you will, sensational Cheryl Bradshaw. Hello, Cheryl. Don't sit down yet. Just a minute. Want to make sure everything is straight. You relaxed? You feel okay? All right. You know there are 3 bachelors over there. They'll be 1, 2, and 3. Ask them anything you like to find out more about them, except their name, age, occupation, or income, okay? And we're going to start by having them say hello to you and see how they sound. #1, would you say hello to Cheryl, please?
We're going to have a great time together, Cheryl.
Okay, and here we go.
Bachelor #1.
Yes.
What's your best time?
The best time is at night, nighttime,
Why do you say that?
because that's the only time there is.
The only time? What's wrong with morning, afternoon?
Well, they're okay, but nighttime's when it really gets good. Then you're really ready.
I'm a drama teacher, and I'm going to audition each of you for my private class. Bachelor #1.
You're a dirty old man.
Take it.
Come on, over here.
Oh, honey, we ought to go out and boogie.
Really?
Bachelor #1. I am serving you for dinner.
Oh.
What are you called, and what do you look like?
I'm called the banana, and I look really good.
Can you be a little more descriptive?
Peel me.
Later, Bachelor One. Later.
Welcome back to the dating game, and Cheryl, we have reached the moment of truth, as we call it. You've heard from the bachelors, you got some great dramatic presentations, some good answers, but now I'm going to ask you a question. Will that date be bachelor number 1, bachelor number 2, or bachelor number 3? Who gets the dates?
Well, I like bananas, so I'll take 1.
Number 1, bachelor number 1, all right. Well, there they go. However, you did leave one remaining, and this is your date, and I want to tell you something about him, Cheryl. He's a skydiver, so he's got a lot of nerve. He's into motorcycling. He's also a fine photographer. Say hello to Rodney Alcala. Rodney, come on and say hello. Congratulations, Rod. You did it with the one answer. Well, as far as I can see, Cheryl and Rodney, it looks like the two of you may be involved in some sort of racket, so we're going to have you take to the court. Oh, first you'll receive tennis lessons from expert Naomi Besa of the famous Kirkwood Tennis Club. That starts. And you'll soon be acing everyone off the courts. And to make sure you both look as professional as you'll become, complete tennis outfits will be provided by Bill Darling's Tennis Shop. It'll really make you look like part of the racket set. Then it's off the Magic Mountain, one of America's greatest and most complete amusement parks, with plenty of excitement to challenge any daring dater, like the Revolution that'll help you turn the town upside down, and of course the world's greatest roller coaster, the Colossus. Magic Mountain, just a half an hour north of Hollywood, California. So have fun playing tennis. Thank you, Rodney. Thank you. Okay. You can go relax, meet each other, say hello, get acquainted, and they'll be back. And before we begin our next game, let's find out what runners-up will receive today from Johnny Jacobs.
The episode unfolded like any other, with Alcala answering questions posed by the Bachelorette in his trademark suave manner. Yet, beneath the veneer of normalcy, a palpable sense of unease lingered, apparent to those who interacted with him behind the scenes. Fellow contestant Jed Mills recalled feeling a creeping sense of dread emanating from Alcala, a premonition of the darkness that lay concealed beneath his charming facade. As the episode drew to a close, Cheryl Bradshaw, the Bachelorette, made her choice, unaware of the danger that lurked behind Alcala's winning smile. Little did she know that her decision would thrust her into the orbit of a serial killer, narrowly escaping a fate far worse than she could imagine. In the years that followed, Alcala's reign of terror continued unabated, leaving behind a trail of shattered lives and broken dreams. Despite his eventual capture and conviction, the scars he inflicted upon his victims and their loved ones endure, a haunting reminder of the depths of human depravity. But behind the scenes of this seemingly harmless game show appearance lies a darker truth, one that sheds light on the twisted mind of a remorseless killer. Rodney Alcala's presence on The Dating Game was not merely a footnote in his sordid saga. It was a chilling glimpse into the depths of his depravity. Born in San Antonio, Texas, and raised in Mexico and California, Alcala's outward charm belied a dark and sinister nature. A wolf in sheep's clothing, he used his affable demeanor to lure unsuspecting victims into his grasp, preying upon their innocence with cold and calculated precision. His earliest known crime was the brutal assault of 8-year-old Tali Shapiro. Today, Rodney Alcala is gone, but the scars he left behind continue to haunt the collective consciousness, serving as a sobering reminder of the evil that walks among us. As we grapple with the legacy of his crimes, we are forced to confront the uncomfortable truth that monsters like Alcala are not confined to the pages of history, but continue to walk among us, their true nature hidden behind a facade of charm and charisma. Convicted serial killer Rodney Alcala has passed away at the age of 77. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation confirmed that Alcala died of natural causes at 1:43 a.m. on Saturday at a hospital near Corcoran State Prison, where he was on death row. Alcala was sentenced to death after representing himself in Orange County Court for the 1979 murder of 12-year-old Robin Samso, along with the killings of 4 other women, 18-year-old Jill Barkham and 27-year-old Georgia Wixted in 1977, 32-year-old Charlotte Lamb in 1978, and 21-year-old Jill Parenteau in 1979. despite being sentenced to death twice previously for Samso's murder in 1980 and 1986. Those verdicts were later overturned on appeals, leading to new trials. Additionally, Alcala pleaded guilty to the murders of two other women in New York, Cornelia Crilly in 1971 and Ellen Jane Hoover in 1977, resulting in a 25 years to life sentence in 2013. Alcala's crimes extended beyond California and New York, with authorities linking him to or suspecting him of murders in other states. In 2016, Wyoming prosecutors charged him with the murder of 28-year-old Christine Ruth Thornton, who disappeared in 1978 while 6 months pregnant. However, due to his failing health, authorities opted not to extradite him for trial. Despite the moratorium on the death penalty in California since 2019, Alcala's execution had been postponed indefinitely. A successful photographer, Alcala used his profession to lure women and girls by offering to take their picture before attacking them, as revealed during investigations. In a Seattle storage locker belonging to him, investigators found hundreds of photographs of unidentified individuals, along with jewelry believed to be trophies from his victims. The release of these photos in 2010 by the Huntington Beach Police Department aimed to identify potential additional victims, although Alcala never disclosed if there were indeed more.
Thanks for tuning in. Continue to stay informed about ongoing cases and top stories with Law and Disorder. Remember to look after yourself and others.